Okay, Tiffany, this is Caroleeena, and you asked me for a video on how to earth angle vertical hoop. And I'm going to make that for you. And as soon as I went to turn on the camera, Icky tried to claim my hoop again. So we're going to move him out of here, and hopefully this will continue to stay moved. This meaning you. Okay. Vertical earth angle hooping, whether it's on your chest or on your shoulders, has the same rules that horizontal vertical hooping has, whether it's on your shoulders or on your chest. Basically, notice that our hoop is high on the back, just under the arms, and that it's passing over the back heart, the side shoulder, the front heart, and the other side shoulder. And if your arms are down, then it's over the back heart, the side of the bicep that is just above the bicep and just below the deltoid. So if you feel it with your hand, you feel it goes down, you feel a dent, and then it comes up into the bicep. That dent, that little valley, is the sweet spot. It's where you have the most ability to push side to side, but it also gives you a measure where you can go, oh, I'm below that sweet spot. I need to get it back up here by either dropping down into it or speeding up or shimmying it up by lifting one shoulder and then the other shoulder. So there's a lot of ways that you can get it back there, but you want to go for here. So if you have trouble marking and remembering that spot, take a piece of gaffer's tape or a permanent marker, semi-permanent marker, or something like that, and mark it like a target on a dartboard and shoot for it. So it's middle heart. We know right where that is. That's our heart. Boom. This side place that is below the bicep, above the bicep and below the deltoid. I think that's the deltoid. Could be wrong. Back heart, and then the opposite place that is below the deltoid and above the bicep. That's a little bit lower. So if you are hooping vertically or horizontal, and you notice that your hoop has come down below this on one side, then it tells you two things. You've got to rescue it. And second of all, that's where something is not happening. And it may be that your knees are not square with each other, your hips are not square with each other, your shoulders are not square with each other. Maybe one of them's down. You see when I let one drop, how it hits higher? So from here, I can push into this hoop a myriad of ways. I can go side, 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 oops, side, 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 side. I can go front, back, front, back, front, back. Or I can do little circles inside the hoop. And I can just practice doing this until I'm hitting that sweet spot all the time. So I realize I put this piece of tape just a little bit low. But so the neat thing about thinking about whether you go side to side or front to back or doing a circle is that if you're doing this vertically facing the earth, then you're going to want to choose how you're going to do that. I think the easiest way is to go up, down. So up, down, which would be front, back, front, back, front, back. So when you were doing it upright, you were taking your back heart like somebody had just, you'd opened a soda and it had exploded here and you'd go, ooh. And then you were following that by coming back to center and then taking your front heart like somebody had dropped ice down the back of your shirt. And then back to here. Boom, 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 boom. So when you're horizontal, vertical, and doing that, it can be helpful to think about it like you're riding a horse. So if you've never ridden a horse, here's how you do it. You throw your leg over the back of the horse, you've got your legs on both sides, and you sit down. And then you clamp on with your legs so that you can hang on to the horse when the horse is moving. Then you take your hands and you hold on either to the horse's reins or to the horse's mane. And when the horse starts walking, he's going to go down and up, down and up. And you'll notice I'm just letting my knees bend, but then I'm lifting with the back of my heart. So don't worry about the push down. The push down is going to happen. Just ride it down. So if you're riding a horse, the reason that push up is what we do, is that the horse goes down, you're riding, and all of a sudden it's getting ready to come up under you, and you want to get your coccyx bone off of that sharp horse's tailbone, or it's going to hurt. So you pull yourself up, and when that is your hoop that's on top of you, that's what propels your hoop up. So if you're hooping with your hands out, you want to be holding them together. This is chest hooping. If you're hooping with your hands in so that you're shoulder hooping, I recommend keeping your shoulder to your elbow against your body so that it doesn't fly out and around, just like you got a little wider, and let your fingertips drag around on the front of your pants so that you can move around but you don't move your elbow away from your body. Then check in with your posture. Make sure that your hips are above your knees and that your shoulders are above your hips so that you are going straight up and straight down. Lifting from the back hard, letting down happen. Now, this can be kind of tiring, so if you can start to pair it with your breathing, it will not only help you get the move, but it will help you not get so tired. So the first way to pair it with your breathing is when you're just learning it, take an inhale. With your exhale, let the hoop go and bend down, and then push up. That way you relax into this movement of pushing instead of starting it out tense and probably not with enough oxygen. So bounce equally. Notice that if you bend one knee more than the other or let one shoulder drop, notice how all of a sudden the plane of the hoop starts to change. So the trick to this is to stay square. Up, down, up, down. Now for more experienced hoopers, when you want to control your breathing so that you don't get winded and you can do this longer, have more concentration to do it with more techniques, then you can pair your breathing with numbers like in dance. In for 4, out for 4. So if I was pairing this with my breathing right now, I would go and it helps me to slow down everything and keep going for the duration. So the other thing is how I'm starting my hoop. So I'm starting my hoop level. I am not letting it go as I push it across my body until I get to my opposite place where I want it to be. And then I am pushing almost immediately after it gets there. So if I'm upright, push, 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 push. If I'm vertical, then it's up, 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 up. So every once in a while check in and see, am I near my little pieces of tape? Be aware that as you look from side to side, you still have to not bend one knee more or drop one shoulder or shift one hip or it's going to mess you up. So as you start to get that, notice that just like if you were hooping on your hand, there's an up and a down, an up and a down. So if the hoop is on your body and it's going up with your back is pushing up, the hoop is going up. Your back is pushing up, the hoop is going up. Okay, I have to stop that. Okay, your back is pushing up and you are going up. Then that up push is what's propelling the hoop. So if you want to integrate a barrel roll, you're going to, when you go up, put one foot behind the other, look up at the sky, and come back to where you started. And that brings me to a hint that I forgot to give you for vertical forward facing hooping is spotting. So whenever I am hooping on my chest or my shoulders and I'm facing down at the ground like this, I find something on the ground and I keep my eyes there. And that makes sure that I'm falling straight down and straight up, straight down and straight up. And then when I'm ready to integrate a barrel roll into that, I can look at it, put one foot behind the other, transfer my weight to both feet, look up at the sky, come back to that, and I'm going down and then I push back up to keep the hoop going. So the way that looks, I'm here, I'm spotted, I'm taking all of my balance onto my right foot because I'm going counterclockwise. My left foot is going to go behind it to the ball of the feet, and then I look up at the sky, then I look back at the ground, back at my starting set position, and as soon as I get down here, I'm at the bottom of that circle, I push up, because that's what I got to do to keep the hoop moving. So I'll try to do that a few times to show you. So my balance leg is going to be my right. My left leg is going to sweep around in whatever its range of motion is, so that you can keep a little contact to keep your balance and end up over here with your toe on the ground. Then just lift up the other heel, look up at the ceiling or sky and down at the ground, and you've completed a circle. To do another one, you can take the foot that is now in front, keep in contact with the ground, sweep it around. Now it's behind, and you spin. Now you can take the hoop that's the foot that's behind, sweep it around to the front, and spin. So that you're alternating. The one in front now goes back. The one in back now comes front. The one in front now goes back. The one in back now comes front. Good for me saying all that. All right, so now I'm going to show you and see if I have any more epiphanies about this. So we're going to start the hoop level. One more thing. Notice where my hoop is. So right now, I've gone for my sweet spot, which is the spot right under my shoulders and arms. So, but I could back hoop, chest hoop here, or a little further back, so it's going over my boobs, or a little further back, so it's going over my hanging ribs, a little further back. Now I'm at the top of the waist, a little further back. I'm mid-waist, a little further back, whew. Low waist, and if you do it just right, you get all the way down to the hips. So know that you have this whole back to play with. Aim for the highest place so that it dips easier and comes up easier. And hang on to your hands like you've got your horse. And when you're ready to do barrel rolls, remember that your hoop is going down and then it's going up. So that's what you've got to do. Your heart has to go down, out to the side, up to the sky, out to the other side, down, and up. Whew. So, here we go. Foot behind. Oh, wait. Don't do it with your arms. Let me do it with my shoulders. Okay. So, I'm going to demonstrate this by doing it on my shoulders, because I find my shoulders with these two sweet spots make it so much easier for me to find a place to stick it into the hoop and then do a turn. So if I'm hooping on my shoulders, horizontally, vertically, lifting from my back, straight up, straight down, take my left foot behind my right, transfer my weight, and in one smooth move, a whole turn. Bring my back foot to the front, bring my front foot to the back, bring my back foot to the front, and I'm aiming for these sweet spots because I can make the hoop kind of stall on them for a second while I do that turn. It's a stall. So let's see if I can pull this off now without hitting my kitty. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. That's mean. Okay, I guess the other thing is that if you want to keep your 90-degree line straight, instead of making your sweet spot that you're looking at down here, it can be helpful to make it straight out, because that'll keep your head straight and it'll keep your whole body straight. It makes it easier to let your knees collapse, push up through your back. Okay, that's got to be everything I have to say about this. I'm sorry it's all over the place. I feel like I forgot stuff. I always feel like I forgot stuff. I can tell you one more thing, and that is that practicing breaks vertically, break, can give you a great way to practice your barrel rolls, because you can just deliver it and roll with it. This will help you get used to hitting those sweet spots, and it'll give you also get you used to making that sweeping up and down with all the footwork that has to happen for it. So this is continually stepping behind, or to go even smoother, you can go step behind and in front, and behind and in front. Okay, Seriously, that's got to be it.